And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gem into Crypto, episode 525. Today is Tuesday, January 7th, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay. And we're here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community, Monday through Friday at 10ish.
Right, today's top stories. CFTC cannot locate man responsible for over $140 million crypto Ponzi. SBI and GMO reportedly signed deal with operator of world's largest Bitcoin mining site. Law enforcement requests to Kraken hit all-time high, up 49% in 2019. And last but not least, the top 50 crypto memes of all time, which is actually a pretty fun little list with some cool memes on it. But first and foremost, Bitcoin Zay, what are we looking like on these prices?
Oh, yeah. So let's get into the prices. A lot of people excited overnight. Big jump for Bitcoin, up 5% today at $7,937. Ethereum at $143 is up 1% today. Ripple is the only coin I've seen that's down today, 3% at 21 cents. Bcash at $243 is up 3%. Litecoin at $46 is up 3%. And last but not least, EOS at $286 is up 3% as well.
Wow. What is going on with Ripple? Why is Ripple down?
Not sure.
Any thoughts?
But the delisting that happened on the Bitbox site may be a reason.
Because they're connected by line. All right.
Yeah, yep. And the increase in the supply, I believe more Ripple was distributed, so more people probably were selling. I don't really blame them, but at the same time, Ripple is one of those coins that when it takes off. It does it in like 3 days, and then it's over with. So you gotta have 3 years of nothing, and in 3 days you can make thousands of dollars. So that's how Ripple is, and if you invest in it, just know what you're getting into.
Right. It's still some time, though. They got a couple years left. What's going on? Dexter Hand Sr., Will 45, Shannon Allen, Clarence Dennison, Tony Nolly. Hello.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Top story of the day, if there is one, because there was a lot of slow news today, of course. But the top story, CFTC cannot locate man responsible for over $140 million crypto Ponzi. It looks like the United States Community and Futures Trading Commission is having trouble locating Benjamin Reynolds, Benji, who is allegedly responsible for a cryptocurrency Ponzi scheme worth over $140 million. Financial news outlet Finance Fees reported on January 6th that the CFTC has filed a motion with the New York Southern District Court, more precisely the regulator filed for the service of the process on Reynolds by publication on the Daily Telegraph and extending for 60 days the time limit by which the service must be effected on him and his firm. I mean, we are going to old school. I want a wanted dead or alive poster posted everywhere around this town. What's going on with this?
Oh, yeah, man. So let's get into the fact that, for one, he defrauded over thousands of investors of at least 22,858 Bitcoin. Good gracious.
He in the win. He's in the win.
He's gone. I'm sorry, CFTC. But your love for Giancarlo and all of the father crypto stuff doesn't matter.
He split it with Giancarlo.
This dude, he was like, I am out of here, buddy. But in a memorandum accompanying the motion, the regulator reportedly explains that it attempted to serve Reynolds at the address. It's actually called Control Finance, the firm that managed the scheme. And when the process server arrived at the address, he discovered that it did not exist. Apparently, Google Maps doesn't work. But how did they show up at an address that doesn't? Okay, all right, we'll get past that. The CFTC also tried to email Reynolds at the only known email address, but got back an error message indicating that the message could not be delivered.
What is wrong with you? I'm not here no more.
No more mails, no more emails, ain't no more reaching out.
Oh, man.
But yes, this is something that we've seen across the crypto sphere. We've seen big ones like your boy from BitConnect. We've seen OneCoin. We've seen a good amount of them, USI Tech. But this guy seemingly worked alone or with a small group and got $140 million out of it. So yes, these people exist, and got to be safe out there.
Yeah, hopefully, we joke about it, but of course, hopefully they catch him and they can get some of that Bitcoin back to give out to people he defrauded. But I mean, again, this is just another page in the Bitcoin movie. It gets crazier and crazier every day.
Every day.
And now we got another person on the run from the feds. I mean, listen, this is. I will give that to crypto. In this space, people run from the police like there's no tomorrow. I'm not just one police as the United States. We're talking about governments across the world. There are people on the run. I mean, McAfee's been living off a boat for the last a half year, staying off of American soil. So it's crazy when you think about it.
Yeah.
All right. SBI GMO reportedly signed deal with operator of world's largest Bitcoin mining site. Wow,
man.
What's going on with this story? Now, when I was reading about this, is this the same Bitcoin mining facility that there's some big German companies join in as well, or is this?
This is different.
Okay, this is different.
These are
Texas is gonna have all the mining facilities.
Yeah, I was gonna say they got enough space and they have a lot of cheap real estate. If you know about Texas, state taxes don't exist, as well as the real estate taxes that they use are very low. So these Japanese corporate giants, they'll be renting a mining facility in Rockdale, Texas. Windstone Inc. is the company that built it, and the firms are mining within the coming months. So it'll probably be next year. People always make promises. It'll be the next few months. Yeah, it could be 24 months from now. It's still months. The facility gets up and running. It'll be the biggest Bitcoin mining facility in the world, starting at 300 megawatts and expanding to 1 gigawatt by the end of 2020. Don't really need to know what that means. Just know it's the biggest. And internet giant GMO, they have been involved in setting up the actual facility. And in November, the data center cost them $150 million to build. So for those of you who have asked me about mining and why I tell you it's not profitable, unless you got a few $100 million laying around or even $1 million or so, it's not going to be profitable to you. And even for these big corporations, they're shelling out big bucks because they're making big bets on Bitcoin.
Yeah, so actually, this is the same one. The facility is operated or will be operated by Weinstone. That's a subsidiary of the Frankfurt-based Northern Bitcoin AG.
That's how they get
Okay,
you.
I was about to say, I knew it was, that's why I was like, hold on, I could have sworn there was another country involved. But this is, I mean, how is this going to work as far as mining facilities in Texas when it comes to the air conditioning? I mean, are they going to be using solar power? How? Because that's going to be a pretty penny right there, just the air. So how's that going to work?
Open a
for
window.
servers?
But open a window because it gets real hot in the server
it's going to
room.
be hot and humid. So that was my thing when they talk about the biggest mining facility in Texas. I'm like, if the power goes out for any reason, and those backup generators can't keep that air pushing, it is going to be a terrible day around there.
Oh, yeah. But it does state at the end, Texas has been chosen particularly because the availability of cheap wind power. So
okay, so they are planning.
The electricity part of it, they may have figured out. The cooling system, like I said, I'm sure they have that all planned out simply because if you spend $150 million on something, it better work.
Right, you better
work.
I mean, hey, we would like to believe that, but so many instances, right?
Man, we've seen worse.
So many instances of waste, fraud, and abuse. What's going on? S1 Dubs, Valdez Granville II, Edwin IT. S1 Dubs said 140 large can buy you a nice hiding spot for real.
Oh, yeah.
They also said run or get locked in a cage. Not a tough choice, in my opinion. You know, we always joke about that, but that's what I never get about some of these gangsters and thugs and career criminals out there. I'm like, you keep going back to jail. You're not a gangster.
Yeah, exactly.
Leave, run. What are you doing? Like, but
I'm staying with.
right.
Stay.
I don't get it either. It'd be people. What was the billionaire with the Ponzi scheme? You end up getting caught up. Bernie Madoff.
Bernie Madoff. Yeah.
You talk about billions of dollars and you go to prison. Like billions of dollars.
He should have had his own island.
Come on, man. You should have had an island and a small foreign army somewhere. But no.
Now I want to stay here and kick it with mine.
Right. I want to be in sunny SoCal.
Yeah.
Golden Globes. Law enforcement requests to Kraken hit all-time high, up 49% in 2019. Wow.
Targeting, if I've ever seen it.
Right. This is something we talked about a lot in the past. More or less, we started talking about this in 2018. Coming it now into this year, 2020, so 2 years later, where this is a government tactic to reduce competition by way of partnerships sometimes with places like Wall Street, where Kraken is a direct competitor. They don't want them there. So what do you do when you want to get rid of your competitor and you can't, or you don't want to be seen doing anything dirty? You just use the government regulators to subpoena them and give them all types of government things they need to respond to, and just harass them nonstop with government intervention until that company finally goes broke or out of business because they had to use all their money and resources on figuring out what the government wants from them. But it looks like law enforcement requests to cryptocurrency exchange Kraken hit their highest ever volume in 2019, rising 49% to 710 as compared to 475 the previous year.
That's like 2 a day.
That's
wild, people.
And when Bitcoins, they brought the story up, I was like, didn't we already cover that? No, that was last year from the 475 requests. They got 710 government requests.
That's 2 a day, people.
Year.
Imagine every single day of the year you get 2 law enforcement requests. That's what we mean by they try to cripple your business. They try and make it seem as though the business you're doing is illegal. It isn't. Jesse from Kraken just doesn't want to put up with their request simply because he doesn't agree with them. Nothing they've sent to him has been something that he puts at the top of his list, so they don't care about it. And hopefully, they can stop messing with him. But Jesus, up 50% this year almost. And
it looks like it says 61% of those requests were from the United States. The others, again, this is why these requests, the SEC, CFTC, even the president, whoever the president will be now or whenever, this is why regulators, and I'm talking about the United States, but this goes out to the entire planet and every other government out there. But speaking for the United States here, this is why there is no rightful way for them to have control or even any type of ownership when I'm talking about taxation to your crypto. It is a global currency. So the same way the SEC and CFTC can say this is security, or you owe us some this, or our IRS can say you owe taxes on here and we can arrest you here. Every other government can do the same thing if they wanted to.
Jeez, man.
So, I mean, it's crazy.
You open Pandora's box.
Right.
You leave it open.
No one's in charge, but everyone's still trying to be in charge. And again, what's even disheartening about this is that these are a bunch of adults trying to tell other adults what they're going to do with their money or how they live. So it's crazy to see this with 710 requests a day. There's no way to run a business like that.
And 61% of them came from the U.S. Come on, man. Take it down a notch.
How could you run a business getting 400 subpoenas from the United States government? People, when you get these requests, I mean, if you decide not to handle it on your own, then you need a lawyer. So go ahead and throw away $250K a year off a rip.
Yeah.
But if you do handle it on your own or within your team, again, these are valuable resources. Where we talk about these exchanges where, why don't they have support for this shit? Why don't they have support for this coin? Why don't they have somebody to pick up the phone and tell me what I'm doing wrong or how to work my wallet? This is why, because they're spending all their money answering the most ridiculous requests from government that they shouldn't even be getting right now.
It looks as though Jesse is getting those requests, balling them up and saying, Kobe, before he shoots it into the trash can because they're not getting answers. So we'll see. If next year it's like double that, then, this is really a concerted effort. But at this point, 2 a day is ridiculous.
I mean, you're talking about bullying. This is bullying and stifling competition. I want to know if JP Morgan, the $1 billion Coke enterprise, is getting 2 requests a day. I highly doubt it, right? I mean, this goes to show people in crypto, we got to learn the right regulators to pay. Clearly, we're not paying the right ones or something. All right, for the fun story at the end of the day, the top 50 crypto memes of all time. Bitcoin Zay, tell us about some of these memes.
Oh, yeah. So for those of you who are in the crypto industry, memes are a part of it. It is one of the fun things about it. A lot of young people are in crypto, so memes have been sort of one of the quirkier parts of crypto. However, there are some memes that will live on in infamy forever simply because of the story behind it. So the first big one is our boy, Carlos Matos.
Who Bitcoin Zay got a shirt and hoodie made off of.
I got a shirt and hoodie made off of. But yes, anybody who in the crypto world starts off a sentence with hey, 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 it's coming from Carlos Mata. The classic BitConnect Ponzi scheme that went on and him being on stage and yelling about it being the best thing ever. And then coming back later to say that's a scam.
Bunch of hucksters on stage. Look at this guy on the right. It's clapping.
Yeah,
his head about to explode. He like, we about to get so rich off these people.
Yeah, look at this idiot yelling for us. But that is one of the biggest. That is the biggest.
That is the biggest one
in crypto history so far. Hey, because it was so blatantly terrible. I mean, you could be trash. Like there are some projects that are terrible, but they're quiet. They don't get on stage and have conferences and do weird little funky dances.
That is crazy. You talking about a scam that had some big monkey things on it. Yeah. They went on stage and had a conference for the con. They literally had a conference for a scam and it worked. Yeah. More people bought into it after this. Hey, you remember that? That is crazy.
Just remember, 1.3 billion market cap. Gone overnight. So let's see. Another meme here is from the BitConnect promoter, Trayvon James. If you remember him, Bitcoin Trey.
Third up.
He was the biggest name in BitConnect before Carlos Mata's little classic thing because he was doing updates on it every week.
And he was one of the first crypto YouTubers.
One of the first crypto YouTubers. He was
one of the first. Yeah.
Yep, he was one of the first people to use that same rented out apartment they used for Forex and every other scam.
Y'all trying to scam? Come on.
It's got to be 2 apartments in Miami that the same people go to and do a whole 360 view of this is where I'm at chilling, all because of my work with BitConnect. No, it's not. So the meme is he was sitting in his car and he was like, well, if you invested in BitConnect, you didn't lose your money. Well, technically you kind of lost your money. See, this is what I mean about the crypto industry. The reason we call it quirky is because it's people like this who have no financial experience, no business experience ever, giving people advice on it, and then when it happens, they don't have to own up to it. They just say, well, you lost your money. Whatever. McAfee. Oh, well,
it was just that rules, guys. I'm just kidding everybody.
It's like, what? So, for people like us.
MEMES. Hey, I didn't know what that charity was. I'll donate to some other charities.
Yeah, so people like us cut from a different cloth who rely on accountability to move forward. We don't understand
We're trying to get away from it.
We're trying to move away from
moral indignity it doesn't help us in business.
Jesus Christ, these people, they're just blatant with it. And nobody's went to go see him. He's back on YouTube. So
yeah, he actually is. He's back. And that's why they called him shameless in his article. Shout out to BitcoinHands.com.
Hey, man, just chalk it up to tuition. That's basically if you bought BitConnect.
That was definitely too. And, it's funny, too, because if you remember, after BitConnect dropped, and that's what he was saying, technically you kind of lost your money. He was saying that in regards to you didn't lose your money if you didn't sell. That's what he was saying. Mm-hmm. And his whole thing was that it would be a bounce. It actually did bounce back like within 24 or 48 hours.
Yeah, real quick.
Not by as much by any means. I mean, what was the high? Probably like $1,000 or something.
Yeah.
It bounced back to maybe 40% of what it was 3 days before that. But literally right after it bounced back, it took like the even strongest dip I ever saw. It was like a quick, somebody tried to keep it alive, and it was like, no, this roller coaster's going down.
Epic cat bounce ever.
Right, exactly.
It was cat bounce off of the fucking cliff. I mean, that was terrible.
Right. So technically, you kind of lost your money.
Yeah, but this meme it describes it perfectly. And let's see some of the other memes.
The Bitcoin sign guy was
Bitcoin
huge.
sign at the time that was the biggest one.
That was a big one.
Basically sitting in Capitol Hill during
and that was during the bull run too.
During the bull run, and he put up a buy Bitcoin sign on Capitol Hill. Went viral. Everybody saw it. And one of the funniest parts about it is everybody that was in that room probably had no clue what he was talking about. It was like, what? Who is this guy in the back? Then he actually ended up raising, I think it was like $30,000 worth of Bitcoin.
He raised more money than Ronnie Moas.
Yeah. And all he did was hold up a sign at Capitol Hill.
We got to fire shots all year. Look, if we need this viral moment to make it happen, I'm firing shots at everybody this year.
Oh, yeah. And one of my favorite parts about this article, the DYOR. Who spawned this particular crypto acronym? Do your own research. And that's literally what DYOR means.
It's right there.
Exactly. That's a great one-liner, whoever wrote that. Also, one of the memes that was prevalent that people may remember is Goxed. Goxed was a term used because of Mt. Gox. It was an exchange that was even worse than BitConnect. They actually lost hundreds of millions of dollars of people's money on an exchange. It wasn't, BitConnect's little coin or token. It was the exchange with people's Bitcoin on it in 2014. Now, remember, people, if you haven't been in this market a long time, you think we're just lucky and we're just hanging around. Stuff like this is what made people disappear. If Coinbase went away tomorrow and literally your money was gone, what would you do?
Wow, yeah.
You would probably quit crypto a long time ago.
Would go back
so when people are like, back in the
years.
day, if I bought it, I would have held on to it at $10. No, you would have panicked and sold like pretty much everybody else. So this is the meme Goxed, means that if your exchange that you're working on or one of the exchanges goes down, you basically got Goxed. And that's sort of similar to getting mossed. Or crypto way of getting mossed. So yes, these are some of the lingo words that people use in crypto. Some of the memes that have floated around.
Let's see. We got a few tweets on here. Mm-hmm. Oh, the OK Boomer just came out. That was
OK Boomer. Yeah, that's a recent one.
OK Boomer. They talk about the Boomer generation, but again, it's more mindset around here more than anything, because we know a lot of older people who have young minds, and vice versa as well. A lot of young people who are like, oh, the banks and the government said. This is why I've been telling everybody who wants to preach to me about laws and government. And you all can take this with you. You can take this one to the bank. It's the catch-22, because most people, at least right now, who are scared to make moves and always want to talk to you about laws and fiat money and everything how it should be, just remind them that goes across the board. That means no matter who's in the presidential office, whether it's Bush, Barack, or Clinton, if we're going to follow everybody blindly, we got to follow them too, right? Yeah. So off to war with Iran, right?
Mm-hmm. So that's how it goes.
Keep that in mind. Next time you talk to somebody, they're like, well, cash and fiat system this and everything the way it used to be.
You support the war.
All right, well, you support it. We're supporting everything we're doing. Like,
anytime somebody tells you they'd rather use chat, great, you support the war.
You support war.
Which is fine.
Gang. You know,
but just don't try and
convince military
me.
People, come on.
Don't try and convince me. Yeah, don't try and convince me otherwise.
These sweaters are pretty cool. The Ethereum and Bitcoin sweaters.
Oh, yeah. And it was crazy because they they aired this, or they had this article out in December of 2017. It was right before Christmas. I remember this. They were talking about everybody's getting hilariously rich, and you're not. Right before the descent. This is actually one of the articles. I would say this is one of the articles that I think made it tank because people are like, no. As soon as you got people showing off ugly Christmas sweaters, showing off, whatever, Bitcoin, Ethereum, all these coins, it's like, yeah, it's over for this market cycle. So that was a funny one. Let's see.
What's going on? Wired, Sparks, Crypto and Culture.
Oh, yeah. And I had a question up here. Somebody said.
Ryan Cooper, Alex Daly.
Oh, yeah.
Sergeant Crypto.
Who else we got?
Oh, yeah. What other good meme? We got any good? Oh, Doge, man. Come on. Doge has been around for forever. Great community. And the Doge meme used to be one of the most popular memes out there in the crypto world. So
it's been around a long time. It was basically a joke at first, and then of course turned into a real coin, which is very possible. Let's see. Hold on. We had one question here: are lending platforms in general a scam? In general, no. Certain ones are. They promise you huge returns. Some of the ones that are working right now: MakerDAO, Celsius. There's a few other ones I can't remember off the top of my head, but they are available. Your only problem with that would be, in my opinion, liquidity as well as the price of crypto. Now, if you do lending on those platforms, this is a good time to get into the market because if the price increases, you're less likely to default on that loan. And then if you are doing the lending, you can actually raise your rates during a bull run because it's more demand. So that's that on lending platforms. But yes, back to the memes.
I love this one of Vitalik Buterin clapping. This is a very interesting clap. Looks like he's on a river cruise somewhere and someone behind him is rapping. I can tell. I can tell by the spring break beats and the swag sauce of how they're dipping in.
Oh, man.
Hilarious.
Yeah, that turtleneck is loose as hell. I don't know. Man, what in the world?
Who else? It's
this supposed to be tight on your neck. I don't know. Vitalik has no neck.
This gold guy.
Let's see the gold. In it for the tech.
Right.
It's actually $250,000 t-shirt.
Right. Any other good memes?
Did you see this? He was reportedly battered to death in 2016.
Oh, wow. No, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either till that sentence. All right.
Wow. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, man.
I ain't gonna mess with him, man.
RIP to the memes.
Let's see. Do we got anything else? Some of these I've never seen before. This is pretty. I remember this one. The bad guy. The strongman guy holding up all the bags.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, saw that a lot.
I remember those times. We gotta buy this. We gotta buy this. We gotta buy them all.
Yep.
It's like, no, we do not have to buy them all.
Let's see. BART charts. If you remember those, when Bitcoin was going down in 2018. BART charts. Basically, what a BART chart is, if you know Bart Simpson, his head goes straight up. It goes across a little bit with the little spikes, and it goes straight down. That was basically what the market was doing with Bitcoin when it was going sideways. It would have a quick pump, $200, go across for 3 days, and then go straight back down, even lower. And it did that about 4 times in a row in 2018, which, in a macro market is something you don't really want to see. People were not ready for that because usually you can figure out the growth, but in a less liquid market like Bitcoin, BART charts, as they're called, became a big meme.
When Lambo, I gotta give a shout out to this one. I remember seeing this back in 2017 during the bull run too. So that was pretty cool. They actually got a lot of people to buy Lambo. So this meme, Lambo dealerships should thank this meme right here. Yeah. It didn't get a lot of people to the moon, but it definitely got a lot of people Lambos.
Yeah, and Lambo actually started accepting Bitcoin.
Right?
So
yeah.
It works, people.
We met some people in LA who do it, so it's pretty crazy.
That's crazy. Memes actually count in the crypto world. That's why we're bringing this up. It actually has some influence.
Let's see. What else? Oh, I love these before cryptos. This guy sleeping peacefully with a significant other. After crypto, he's up late night, circles in his eyes, looking at his phone.
Exactly.
They got to do the one thing where it's like, what I'll be doing all New Year's Eve or whatever. It's like a guy on his phone looking at trading things.
Pretty much, yeah.
I think that's this old guy. He's on every meme out there. Let's see.
Anybody who knows Pomp, Anthony Pompliano, shout out to him. Long Bitcoin, short the bankers is become his base. It's basically synonymous with him now. Anytime somebody says it, it's Pomps. There's a lot of stuff here, but crypto is very, very different. I try and tell people that when they're like, oh, so you're in stocks, you're in Forex. I'm like, no. Crypto is a whole different world that people haven't even explored. And these things matter in the long term because whenever it becomes more global, more mainstream, we won't have this much fun. Right. So you might as well enjoy it now, people.
All right, couple last quick ones. This bag holder bingo is hilarious. I wish I had more fiat. Thanks, panic sellers. The price drop is actually bullish. screenshot of someone selling Ethereum at $3 in 2017. Quote unquote partnerships. See you this time next year. The fundamentals haven't changed. If you believe in the project, the price now is of no concern. Oh, this is hilarious.
Oh, man.
Let's see. Let me see. Last couple of quick ones. I think I saw a couple. Oh, yeah. You said pump, long Bitcoin, short the bankers. All right. Was there any other last good ones for
that was pretty much
Holding
the biggest
Knot.
ones.
Yeah,
Holding Knot.
pretty
That was
good.
the one from last year
Okay,
at the end of the year, yeah. So Holding Knot, he's basically a meme for going against Craig Wright, and he's on Twitter. So, yeah, it's a lot of no-name or anonymous people on Twitter who are in crypto who have big names. Never seen their face, don't know their name, 50,000 followers. So this is one of them, Holding Knot, and he held his own against Craig Wright.
Right. Shout out to Kai Segwit. It looks like he's the one who wrote this article, originally published on Bitcoin.com. And again, this is on Bitcoin in Hand. So shout out. That was a pretty cool article. I haven't seen anybody put all the Bitcoin memes together. So pretty cool to see.
Yep.
Other than that, last couple of quick ones. Ryan Cooper says so much sleep has been lost due to crypto. Oh my goodness, you have no idea. S1 Dub said altcoins we buy bags. I'm assuming talking about our old show. We used to have altcoins we buy, but yes, a lot of those are bags these days. But to be fair, if anybody, when people bought all the altcoins we buy, all those episodes we did, almost everyone made money on those things when we did those episodes. Yeah. So that was cool.
Timing is everything.
Yeah, timing is everything. Hey, you see, we disappeared before the last thing. We're going to keep doing it. Crypto and Culture said partnerships and quote, LOL. All right, other than that, do we have anything else for the day?
Nothing else for today. Remember, download Metronome Telegram. It'll be in the link below. Also, Metronome Wallet, Bitcoin and Black America available on Amazon as well. And that's it for me today.
All right, other than that, have a happy Tuesday. We will see you all tomorrow. Cheers.
Cheers.